A 5-game losing streak vanquished. The Eagles finally did it. They went into Washington. They went into FedEx Field. And they dispatched the Redskins 30-17. Let's take a look at the highlights. The reason why the Eagles won this game, dominant defensive line play. There's Brandon Graham bending the edge, easily beating Morgan Moses, forcing the strip sack, and Fletcher Cox easily rumbles in for the game-clinching touchdown. Yes, that was a bullshit call. Yes, Kirk Cousins was throwing the ball forward. But no, the Eagles were not going to allow Kirk Cousins to march down the field for a go-ahead touchdown. You know why? Because this defensive line was feasting all day. Look at that athletic rush from Cox. From a defensive tackle position, bending the edge, getting around the defensive tackle, an amazingly athletic play by Cox. No, Kirk Cousins was not going to go down the field. I'm telling you guys, it was not going to happen. He was pressured consistently, seemingly on every play. This was offseason acquisition Timmy Jernigan with the swim move on Sean Laval and the big hit on Kirk Cousins. In 2 games against the Redskins offensive line last year, the Eagles registered just 2 sacks. Sunday, a little bit different. 4 of them in all. And Jim Schwartz was dialing up the blitzes, especially after Ronald Darby went down. Well-timed and well-called. There's Cox again, getting through the middle. This was the interception from Jalen Mills. Another well-timed blitz on a 3rd and 6. There's the overthrow. Jalen Mills with the pick. And the game ball, it goes to Brandon Graham. 2 sacks, but not only those, setting the edges in the running game as well. So dominant playing the run. Look at him here, using his hands, disengaging and making the play. Brandon Graham is a monster. He is a beast. The other big news out of yesterday's game, the gruesome injury to Ronald Darby. My heart immediately sunk. I immediately feared the worst, but then we found out later on the night that he was only going to miss half the season, and even better news coming Monday, Ian Rappaport reporting that Darby is only going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So, oh my God, I've never been so happy about a corner missing 4 to 6 weeks because look at that. That looked gruesome. That's not where your ankle's supposed to be. I'll tell you what though. Patrick Robinson, Jalen Mills really stepped up their play yesterday. And if the defensive line can continue to eat, it's going to hide the deficiencies at cornerback. Now on to the play of the day. And who hasn't watched this on repeat? I've watched this like 1,676 times. Carson Wentz, he's making this look routine now. This is unbelievable. The strength of his lower body, the pocket awareness, making several Redskins miss in the backfield, finding Nelson Agholor. Nelson freaking Agholor. Look at this. Look at this. The movements. You're not going to bring him down with arm tackles. That's Carson Wentz. That's a freaking mammoth man. You're not bringing him down. That is unbelievable. And this is something that Wentz is starting to make look routine. He did it against Pittsburgh. And we saw it more and more last year as the season went along, especially the Giants game. That's when it really started. I could not believe my eyes regarding Nelson Agholor. 6 catches, 86 yards. But the receptions, a lot of them came on 3rd down. Like this 3rd and 7. He was running crisp routes from the slot position. He was getting open. He was playing with confidence. You could see the confidence and the swagger that he had on the field. I couldn't believe this. Here's another 3rd and 6 right before the half. So, this was no fluke yesterday. He legitimately played well. All right, on to the action. Eagles put up the first 13 points. Redskins rally back with the next 14 after the Ronald Darby injury. That's why I thought this field goal drive right before the half was so critical. Zach Ertz, 8 catches, 93 yards, including that 3rd and 10. Then he gets another catch here. Gets out of bounds with 10 seconds on the clock. That sets up Sturgis from 50, and the Eagles got the lead back before the break. The Eagles doubled down on field goals on their opening trek of the second half. This is Torrey Smith's First catch is an Eagle, 30-yard catch and run. Later on in the drive, Alshon Jeffrey, who only caught 3 passes for 38 yards, unable to haul in this pass after beating Josh Norman with hand usage, saw DJ Swearinger lurking, couldn't corral the reception, and the Eagles had to settle for this 42-yard field goal from Caleb Sturgis. 19-14 Birds early in the third. The Redskins added a field goal drive late in the third quarter, but great coverage by Patrick Robinson and Jalen Mills prevented further damage. There's Robinson down the right sideline, riding the hip of Pryor step for step with the offseason acquisition, and here's Mills knocking the pass away. 2 great plays by 2 corners that heard a lot of shit this offseason in training camp. Here's Dustin Hopkins trimming the gap to 19-17, tucking that ball right inside the upright. Ensuing Redskins possession. Eagles clamped down defensively. Malcolm Drakens, great coverage on Jordan Reed. He did a stupendous job on Reed all afternoon. Reed unable to get on track. And he's been an Eagles killer and a guy that I was really concerned about heading in. And then 3rd and 6. The pressure dialed up by Schwartz. I showed you this clip earlier. And there's Jalen Mills with the critical interception. The Eagles were tremendous on 3rd down yesterday. 8 of 14 overall. Wendell Smallwood shifting from the backfield to the slot position, creating the mismatch against the linebacker and running a quick out, converting the 3rd and 4. 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz showing that elusiveness again with the spin and finding Ertz down the left sideline. Another critical 3rd down conversion. And then here's Donnie Football flipping the field. Punt down at the 1-yard line. So the Eagles took 5:38 off the clock on this possession. And the Redskins wound up going 3 and out right after this. The Eagles got the ball back at the 46-yard line following that Redskins 3 and out. And this was Jeffrey's lone contribution to the contest. A 24-yard reception to set the Eagles up in field goal range. And here's Sturgis from 37 yards out. 22-17 Birds, forcing Kirk Cousins to go all the way down the field for a touchdown. And obviously, we know what happened. Doug Peterson's play call yesterday. Shotgun at the 1, swing pass for LeGarrette Blount on 3rd and goal. What? Huh? It worked, but that's not what he should be doing. Run it up the middle. And then this play, 2nd and 9, you're up 7-0. You have all the momentum in the world, and you throw a backwards pass to Aguilar. What? What is that? What is that? Oh, I had a big problem with Doug Peterson's play calling yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I didn't like it. LeGarrette Blount was consistently churning positive yardage on 1st and 2nd down up the middle, and Peterson went away from it. Only saw 14 carries. I didn't like that either. Before I close, there's something that I think needs to be said. Because there's some Eagles fans that are complaining that the game was too ugly yesterday. That the Eagles' performance did not satisfy them. Let me rebuttal. The Eagles just beat the Redskins on the road for the first time in 6 tries. All these previous meetings were ugly. These matchups are never pretty. To win on the road against Washington, to win by 13 points no less, that's an impressive feat. This defensive line dominated. The Eagles' offense was 8 of 14 on 3rd down. All right? While, sure, there's a lot of room for improvement, and you shouldn't settle for anything, but there's also a lot of positives to take out of this game as well. Jalen Mills, Patrick Robinson. How can you not be impressed by how they played yesterday? Holding up after Ronald Darby's injury. Sure, they're a concern moving forward, but with this defensive line, the way that they were feasting, 4 sacks, consistent pressure in the backfield. How can you be upset about that? The defensive line looks great, and we saw it in the preseason as well, so it's not like this is going to be some one-time thing. I'm expecting this each and every week. So if you're going to have this great defense, you won by 13 points in week 1, despite that bullshit call or not. I see this as a positive. They won by 13 points, and there's still a lot of room for improvement. That means this is a good football team, guys. It's a pretty damn good football team. Doug Peterson just better get his head out of his ass. Start calling some good plays. That's all.